Hello everyone and welcome yourselves back to the YouTube channel, and we are here to review Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, the brand new Star Wars film that is a sequel to Star Wars Mandalorian Season 3, as we follow Mando and Grogu as they go on a quest to save Rota the Hutt. If you are new to the channel, subscribe like as always, comment down below what your thoughts on this film was, and let's dive into Mandalorian and Grogu. Spoilers ahead. Enjoy. So, this film was great. It was epic. There was some amazing fight sequences in the air, on the ground, in the pits. I thought they had some amazing creatures. The opening segment was brilliant. The whole "Long Live the Empire," and then it was Mando absolutely assassinating these troopers and the walkers and using the flamethrower and the knife combinations, and it was epic. Pedro Pascal did phenomenal in this film. The standout is Grogu, with Rota the Hutt being an honorable mention in the sense of like he was perfect. Like the way Jeremy Allen White brought him to life through his voice, the way they brought him to life through CGI, to see more of the Hutts, the X-Wings, all this cool Star Wars stuff we've grown to love since 1977. To see the Hutts speak English, to see them as the main villains, to see the creatures that lie below the palace, especially that cool white dragon thing, that was epic. That was unreal. I love the little guys that appeared in the Skywalker saga in, I think it was part 9. They were so cute, and the relationship with Grogu was fantastic. We got to see so many moments that we've waited for since season 1 of Mandalorian, since the child episode. And you see the development in Grogu and Mando's relationship. You see Grogu, once Thingy had been poisoned, he had to protect and look after him. And then the phrase, the the young protect the old and the old protect the young. This is the way. And the scene where he builds the whole mud hut and then puts his body in, he starts slamming his head, and there's a bit of element of comedy. And then he covers him up, and then he gets him food, and he's stealing, but for good reasons, and makes friends with this neighbor. The parts of where he uses the force and his force sensitive side, he's becoming so much stronger. The way he healed Mando as well, we've only ever seen Ray do that in the live action films. I think Anakin or Kylo Ren can do it as well. Um, but yeah, it wasn't anything special in the sense of the plot was very simple, but it was a lot of fun. You could laugh, you could smile. It was pure Star Wars. When you think of the Hutts, when you think of the Attack Walkers, when you think of speeders and X-Wing fights and X-Wing pilots that we've come to know, Sigourney Weaver was great. The guy who appeared in Rebels, he was brilliant, voiced by Steve Blum. Steve Blum known for Call of Duty. That's why I love him so much. It was just very well crafted. I thought um, the scene in the fight pit was brilliant, where it was Mando and Rota the Hutt against all these other creatures. Um, I mean, I agree with one thing. It does feel isolated from the rest of the world, but that's what it's supposed to do, I think, because he's a bounty hunter, he's on a mission. Everything in the world is not meant to exist in a sense, but you've still got elements of, stormtroopers, snow troopers, sand troopers, all these types of troopers who are working for the little bits of fragments of the Empire that are still around. You get elements of Jedi without having the lightsaber. You got to see Pedro Pascal without the mask. It was absolutely brilliant. Like, it's not the greatest Star Wars movie ever, but I had so much fun. I was happy with the quality. The bounty hunter who apparently appeared in the Clone Wars. He was great. And there was no point where I was bored or tired or like, where's this going? From the get-go, you knew he worked for the New Republic. You knew they needed to go and save Rota. You knew there was going to be like a midpoint of something happening, and then you knew the Hutts were going to be the main villains. It was fantastic. It was brilliant. And I recommend everyone go watch this on the big screen because it's such a weird thing. You watch The Mandalorian season 1 to 3 on Disney Plus, and that's what you come to know. And then when you get to experience Mando Grogu on the big screen with characters and elements of Star Wars that we've come to know on the big screen and mixing those two, it makes for a wonderful film. And I think it would be even better in IMAX if you've got a chance to go and watch it in IMAX. So yeah, I think if anyone hates this, then you're looking at it from a different and the wrong perspective. Because in many ways, you could see this is them building a team and building a bridge in a sense to say, I don't know when they're going to do the whole Thrawn fight with Ahsoka and if Boba Fett returns and if Ezra and all them characters come together on one. I think it's been shelved for the minute, but it was just really cool to see them team up with the New Republic and work for the New Republic and keep building the world that we know and enjoy, and hopefully we eventually understand how the First Order comes to be. And I'm hoping that starts to happen over the next few years. But in regards to Star Wars content, this and the Maul TV show, we've been spoiled this year. 10 episodes of brilliance from that. This was brilliant, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I had a brilliant time. I don't think there was any bad moments. It was filled with comedy, action, and brilliance. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll love this. Go watch it. Subscribe like always, and I'll be back with more Star Wars content. And be sure to check out the Clone Wars episodes that are airing twice a week on the channel. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.